This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
PPL on verge of partial privatization. PNG Environmental Alliance launches strategic plan. And Santos Limited supports NID program. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Wyra. Thank you for your company. The Minister for State Enterprises, William Duma, revealed that work is in progress to partially privatize PNG Power Limited.
Addressing the 2025 Petroleum and Energy Conference, Minister Duma said the owner of PPL, Kumul Consolidated Holdings, in consultation with National Energy Authority, have approved the development of PPL's partial privatization roadmap.
This includes a stabilization strategy for PNG Power, a solvency test of PNG Power, legal reviews, international legal reviews, valuation, and forecasted financial model, and possibly a predecessor arrangement that will advance an information memorandum and a go-to-market strategy.
Duma said this is the right time for PPL to transition from a state-owned enterprise to a private sector commercial business.
And as has been the experience in our partner countries and neighboring countries around the world, there is a point for these businesses where they must be best transitioned to private ownership. And as we have seen in the recent equity raising and dilution of state ownership in national banking corporations, there is strong interest in national investors, our own investors, to own a stake in privatized state enterprises.
He added that the Marape Rosso government has also approved a strategic plan for PPL. This plan contains measures to better enhance revenue, preventing capacity theft, and ongoing exercise to reduce cost in diesel fuel generators, restoring a modernized power infrastructure in Port Moresby and other centers around the country.
Now, we are taking those necessary steps and are working very hard to the new business model, to fulfill the new business model approved by the Marape Rosso government.
Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
Energy Minister Peter Iso Aimo made a call to invest in science, innovation and STEM education today at the 2025 Petroleum and Energy Conference held here in Port Moresby.
The 2 days 2025 Petroleum and Energy Conference concluded today with the Minister for Energy emphasizing on the importance of building human capital in the energy and petroleum sector.
We must invest in science, in innovation, in STEM, and in our children's future, not just in projects. Because the true energy of the future is not in oil or gas. It is in the intellectual power of our people in the next 50.
The minister said the energy sector in the next 50 years must be more diverse and resilient, aligning with global clean energy markets.
What frightens me is not that energy will become the new gold. It's that we might not be ready to benefit from it wisely. That others may come, take control, and send the rewards away, while our children remain spectators on their own soil.
He further urged parents to teach their children character and integrity at home. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
70,000 primary and secondary school students within the National Capital District will receive free vision screening from the Pacific International Hospital in partnership with the Lila Foundation. This follows the launch of the free vision screening program at the Gordon Secondary School today.
Free vision screening program will see students receiving free eye checks and prescription glasses under the PIH's Eye Care Plus initiative. This program aims to improve children's learning by addressing preventable vision issues. Speaking at the launch today, Health Minister Elias Kapavore said such initiative will provide the opportunity for students to have their eyes tested.
As you are or will be given glasses for another treatment, you will have the chance to read and see clearly to keep up with the schools in the classroom.
Minister Kapavore said good eyesight is important for all aspects of life, adding Papua New Guinea government is committed to making sure people have access to these services. Highlighting this, he emphasized on Papua New Guinea's milestone achievement in eliminating trachoma.
Trachoma is caused by bacteria that causes infection and lead to blindness. It can be treated with antibiotics. This year we were given a certificate by WHO, World Health Organization, our country is now have eliminated trachoma in our country.
Alluding to the importance of eye care, Dr. Muhammad Imran said it is important for students to receive eye testing as it affects their education when students lose their eyesight.
You may see many kids, many people have the cross eyes. It is, of course, not good for their confidence building. If they have the cross eyes, so our team would also screen them out because most of the cross eyes also can be corrected with the glasses. So if we don't do it, then of course one of the cross eye would go to the lazy eye and in the future it would not be corrected.
Dr. Muhammad highlighted that it is everyone's duty to prevent their children from getting chemical eye injury.
What happens when we chew by, we keep lime packets at the home and the kids just pop them out. When they pop the lime splash in the eyes and that lime is very dangerous and the kids can get blind.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
The PNG Environmental Alliance have officially launched the strategic plan for 2025 to 2027 today in Port Moresby.
PNGEA is a membership-based organization that is a coalition of 12 environmental non-government organizations. The strategy plans highlight PNGEA's role as the national voice for civil society on the environment and to secure support from partners for implementation. The project was supported by the development partner European Union-funded Forestry, Climate Change, Biodiversity, Expertise France Implemented Project, and Bread for the World. Project manager for EU FCCB Alaric Vadenberg, while congratulating PNGEA, emphasized the importance of being realistic and ambitious in achieving goals.
Be ambitious because you need to inspire, you need to innovate, you need to motivate, you need to go from somewhere to somewhere else, and you need to be clear on why you want to go there and what you hope to achieve. But you also have to be realistic because goals don't get achieved by themselves. It requires a lot of wishful thinking is not good enough. You need a lot of effort, you need resources, time, energy, and attention. And you need...
Founding sponsor of PNGEA, Bread for the World Director, Tanya Ziwinski said this strategy marks a shift from building foundation to delivering transformative impact.
It is bold in its vision and grounded in realities of Papua New Guinea. So it's not like just imagination, we want to see where it's going to. It commits to joint and coordinated actions. It places PNGEA as a national voice for civil society. It strengthens the capacities across members. And it invests in the future.
PNGEA aims to empower resilient communities through equitable benefit sharing and a healthy and sustainable environment. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. Stay with us for more of today's headlines.
best for dinner. Yum!
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you,
Yum!
stir fry for you, and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Based on the latest statistics on heart diseases in Papua New Guinea, what is the trend like?
Well, the trend is deeply concerning.
Monday night on In Focus, we are joined by Operation Open Heart Foundation.
One main thing that we would request policymakers to look into is introduce the sugar tax that other countries have done it, and why not us?
That's on Monday night.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we speak to rising squash sensation Timonalise Alakosh Kribish about the OCC, and we talk about the PM's 13 Challenge this weekend. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Santos Limited has presented 120 biometric mobile registration kits worth more than 4.6 million kina to the PNG Civil and Identity Registry to support the expansion of the national identity document registration operations across the country.
This donation by Santos is one of the biggest donor contributions, where the 120 biometric kits will enable field registration in underserved and hard-to-reach areas. Each of the new AI-featured mobile registration kit can process over 1,000 NID cards and birth registrations per month, and its registration only takes under 5 minutes per person. To date, about a total of 1 million NID cards have already been issued by PNG-CIR. Minister for Administrative Services Richard Masere said the biometric mobile kits and consumables will assist CIR to process the 500,000 outstanding NID applications so citizens can have their NIDs by this year.
Now with the consumables presented to us today, that will give NID the ability now to immediately work on the 300,000 cards to be printed, and then we can give them out immediately to all those individuals who completed their registrations.
Minister Masere said with CIR having 500 Papua New Guineans working on casual basis, this number will be doubled as it recruits another 500 to speed up NID processing.
Since we started January this year, we've registered new registrations this year is about 170,000. So the registration is still ongoing. But in terms of backlog, there's about 500,000 cards yet to be printed. So And one of the biggest challenges is the fact that the funding has been the biggest issue in terms of giving NID the ability to go out and purchase the consumables.
Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
The 100% Papua New Guinean-owned hire car company, Island Mobile Hire Cars Limited, is planning to expand its hire car business to Fiji later this year.
Island Mobile Hire Cars Limited sales manageress Belinda Baim announced this yesterday during its platinum sponsorship of a 100,000 kina check to National Fisheries Authority in support of the 9th Pacific Tuna Forum in Fiji. Belinda said with the opportunity presented by National Fisheries Authority to have 2 of its staff members at the 9th Pacific Tuna Forum, it is an opportunity for the hire car business to expand.
We are already looking into setting up a branch in Fiji, which is in progress. Probably next year will be full in operation. So yeah, we are looking into that opportunity now.
Adding to this was IMHC's Public Relations Officer, Petrus Akil. Mr. Akil said the journey of IMHC from how it started to where it is today.
Island Mobile Hire Car is the leading hire car company in the country. The company commenced operations in May 2003 in Mount Hagen, Western Islands Province. And its humble beginnings, it has now grown up to operating in all provinces across the country.
Island Mobile Hire Cars is a 100% Papua New Guinea-owned company based in Port Moresby with nationwide operations. It offers a wide fleet of over 1,000 fully serviced vehicles, including SUVs, sedans and buses. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Chief Magistrate Mark Pupaka has urged all magistrates not to grant bail to individuals charged with firearm offences. He cited it that it is an unlawful and poses a significant threat to society.
Chief Magistrate Mark Pupaka said by now citizens should know the laws for possessing firearms.
All right, it's not like they have not been had. You refuse him, they can go and appeal in the international court. So we agreed on that? No firearm bail.
From the workshop held recently, they are making sure that in the future, such offenders will not be allowed bail.
We'll need to back this up by some kind of circular on it. It's an outcome of this conference. So that you said you granting bail on this law. Now.
Moreover, Justice Laura Vavunkovi said there are intentions behind a person in possession of a firearm.
To have that, because the intent of the provision, if you look at it, it says, and they have to be committing an offense, and they're using that firearm for the purposes of committing that offense.
Justice Kuvi reiterates that such cases must be brought before the national and Supreme Courts.
Facts obviously are disclosing, and we all know that no one is just carrying an illegal firearm around there, holding it to do something serious with it. So that appears to be the intent of that legislation, that only the National Court and Supreme Court will hear bail.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
24 ambulance officer recruits from the National Ambulance Education College are gaining confidence in their roles as they take on first-hand experience through an educational visit to the Papua New Guinea Fire Service earlier this week.
During the visit, the new recruits observed the fire service daily operations, such as the station routines, crew readiness, rescue techniques, and incident command procedures. From this visit, the recruits learned that teamwork and coordination is required across emergency services to ensure safe and effective responses from communities across Papua New Guinea. This week marks the 7th week of the 12 weeks Ambulance Officer Level 1 course at the National Ambulance Education College in Baruni, Port Moresby. The recruits have progressed well both in their theoretical and practical learning experiences. According to National St. John Ambulance Education Commander Alexander Demain, the training program comprises of classroom learning with practical hands-on experience such as managing medical, trauma, and psychological emergencies. Commander Demain said recruits have parade drills, bootcamp-style training, and physical fitness activities. This training imparting them discipline and endurance required for the challenging role of an ambulance officer, noting the critical role of ambulance service and fire service during emergency. The visit enhances their knowledge as they prepare to step into real-world scenarios. Ben Senwema, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NES Fund Market Report. The Kina closed lower at $0.2384 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying at $0.2309 $0.3477 Australian dollars, 0.1904 euro, 34.92 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher. Coffee closed higher, cocoa closed lower, copper closed lower, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading higher, the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News returns after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Telecom is offering 2 phones at one price. This is the Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 Kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk today to grab that pair-perfect phone deal.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Papua New Guinea is currently facing a polio outbreak. Polio is a very dangerous disease that causes lifelong paralysis, even death. All children under 10 years of age are at high risk. To protect our children, the government of Papua New Guinea is conducting a nationwide polio immunization campaign for all children under 10. This campaign will run from the 13th to the 31st of October in health facilities, schools, or through health teams visiting your community. If you have a child, grandchild, or sibling under 10, it is very important you get them immunized during this campaign, even if they have received polio immunization previously. Immunization is safe, free, and effective.
Please protect me from polio.
Eligible children will also receive vitamin A, deworming tablets, and routine immunization during this campaign. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and all our partners.
It's back again.
Catch the PNG Kumul PM's 13 take on the Australian PM's 13 this Sunday. Don't miss out on this doubleheader. Starting off with the women's match at 2 p.m, followed by the men's match at 4 p.m. Tune in for all this sporting action on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Moving to news from abroad. In Gaza, after months of negotiations, there's been a breakthrough with Hamas agreeing to release the remaining Israeli hostages as part of the first phase of a peace deal.
Not only by Hamas, but by also the other groups like Islamic Jihad inside Gaza. So it says it needs some time to get that off the ground. That's one part. The other part of the deal that has been agreed, according to President Trump, is the withdrawal of Israeli forces to a line in Gaza. What is that line? We don't know yet. As usual, there isn't a great deal of detail. But when the 20-point plan came out, there was a map, a very basic map of the Gaza Strip. It had 2 lines in it that indicated this sort of phased withdrawal of Israeli forces. But at this stage, there is no sign that Israel will permanently withdraw its forces from Gaza. Hamas has always insisted that that is what it wants, but it seems they've almost had to relinquish this request, because the Israelis have made it very clear that they won't permanently leave Gaza. They want what they call a security perimeter, a buffer zone inside Gaza. That's something they've had for the last 20 years, and they're not going to give that up. So I think the first phase of it should happen, should be okay. But as we saw during the previous peace deal, ceasefire agreement, things can become unstuck after that, and we don't know what the second phase is.
Yeah, so Hamas has agreed to this first phase, as you say. What are some of the other parts of President Trump's 20-point plan that we don't know whether or not Hamas will agree to?
That is the point. And Hamas has been sort of quite nuanced or careful in the language that it has used in responding to this 20-point plan. It put out a statement on Friday. It didn't mention most of the points in the plan. So one of the big ones for Hamas is going to be this point about disarming, laying down its arms. It still hasn't mentioned that, not in this statement, not in the statement that it has now released in response to this one. Will they do it? How will they do it? Maybe they'll hand over their bigger weapons, rockets, and keep their smaller arms. It's really difficult to know. But from Israel's perspective, they do not want a Hamas presence inside Gaza. They continue to say it needs to be entirely defeated, obliterated. They won't allow any Hamas members to have weapons. So I really don't know how that part is going to get off the ground. Then there is the amnesty for the Hamas members. What are they going to do? Walk out of the Gaza Strip? Where will they go? Who will take them in? Will Qatar or Turkey or Egypt or Syria even? And then when they move to various countries, if they do, will they then become a target for assassination? So there's still a lot of things that could go wrong and that we don't know the answer to.
A man has been charged with intentionally lighting the Pacific Palisades fires in Los Angeles earlier this year that killed 12 people.
Jonathan Rinderknecht is accused of sparking the fire near a popular hiking trail earlier on New Year's Day. He allegedly asked ChatGPT if someone could be considered liable for igniting a fire with a cigarette butt. He's accused of then making conflicting statements to investigators about whether he was smoking near the hill that night. Firefighters initially put the fire out, but it smouldered underground for a week before being reignited by high winds.
The allegations in the affidavit are supported by digital evidence, including the defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it. This complaint covers that fire and the damages and deaths that were caused by that fire. As far as what additional charges he will face, we will make those determinations in the coming days.
The blaze, which scorched more than 9.3 thousand hectares of land, is one of the most destructive in the city's history. More than 6,000 homes and buildings were destroyed in the wealthy coastal town. It's estimated the fire caused nearly $230 billion in damages.
Perth doctor Muhammad Mustafa has returned home to his wife, who he met while working in the emergency rooms in Gaza hospitals, while his wife was evacuated from the war-torn strip during the conflict.
After almost 6 months apart, Dr. Noor Dalul is waiting to be reunited with her husband. She was evacuated from war-torn Gaza just weeks ago. It's where she met Dr. Mo, both working as emergency doctors. He's reached millions and captured the attention of world leaders, sharing his experiences volunteering inside of Gaza's hospitals.
We'll stabilise her neck and then we'll take her down to the CT.
Now in Perth, Dr. Noor is texting her husband as his plane lands.
We're waiting. Very excited. He says he's coming down in 5 minutes.
At last.
It's been a long 6 months, since I got out of Gaza and leaving her behind.
It was always busy, excited, and so happy.
But etched into their memories are the victims of war.
They were just there alone in the tent, slipping in and out of consciousness with very severe injuries, no painkillers.
I started working as an internship doctor since February 2025, and this is how I started working. And you find yourself in the most chaotic system in the whole world.
Amid the chaos, a moment of happiness.
This is me downstairs.
This is their wedding.
It was pretty surreal because we had music on and we were dancing, and you could hear outside the bombing outside.
Just a week later, Dr. Mo's time in Gaza was up. It's been an anxious wait since for Dr. Noor to be safely evacuated.
The first thing I felt is that some feeling of betraying your people, betraying your family, that you're being safe and they're in danger. Living outside of Gaza for the rest of my life wouldn't have had it happen if not for love, if not for him.
Finding love in war.
New data shows that rental prices in Australia remain at an all-time high. However, they are beginning to stabilize.
Rental prices across the country have begun to slow. While they remain high, new data shows that in each capital city, bar a few, rental prices have begun to stabilise. In Australia, the median rent price per week for a house is $650. This has remained the same over the last 5 quarters. Domain, a leading property agency, says this means this is one of the longest periods of rental stability Australia's experienced in almost a decade. Now, when looking at the individual capital cities, it may come as no surprise that Sydney leads the nation in terms of rent prices, with the median weekly rent for a house in the harbour city setting you back $780. Now, to rent in Darwin, it's the next most expensive, with rent at $720 per week. Canberra and Perth trail just behind that at $700. On the other end of the spectrum, Melbourne and Hobart are the cheapest capitals to rent a home in, both at $580 per week. Now, for the most part, rents have remained pretty stable right across the country. That's except for in Brisbane and Darwin, where renters have experienced pretty significant rises. In Brisbane this quarter, rents have increased by $10 per week. In Darwin, they've jumped a massive $40 per week. That's about 6% over just the last year. But Domain says it's not all bad news for renters. When looking across the board, rents are beginning to stabilise, which is good news for renters and no doubt a welcome change to what has been an incredibly turbulent time for rent prices over the last decade.
National EMTV News returns after the break with Truka Sports. Stay with us for the details.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Papua New Guinea is currently facing a polio outbreak. Polio is a very dangerous disease that causes lifelong paralysis, even death. All children under 10 years of age are at high risk. To protect our children, the government of Papua New Guinea is conducting a nationwide polio immunization campaign for all children under 10. This campaign will run from the 13th to the 31st of October in health facilities, schools, or through health teams visiting your community. If you have a child, grandchild, or sibling under 10, it is very important you get them immunized during this campaign, even if they have received polio immunization previously. Immunization is safe, free, and effective.
Please protect me from polio.
Eligible children will also receive vitamin A, deworming tablets, and routine immunization during this campaign. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and all our partners.
Based on the latest statistics on heart diseases in Papua New Guinea, what is the trend like?
Well, the trend is deeply concerning.
Monday night on In Focus, we are joined by Operation Open Heart Foundation.
One main thing that we would request policymakers to look into is introduce the sugar tax act. Other countries have done it, and why not us?
That's on Monday night.
True Kai Sports.
Welcome to True Kai Sports. The PNG Prime Minister's 13 men's rugby league team are finalizing preparations ahead of the big clash against Australia this Sunday.
The PNG Prime Minister's 13 men's team had a strong training session today at the Santos National Football Stadium, Oval 2. The session focused on team combination, defense and structure as the boys prepare for a tough match against the Australian Prime Minister's 13 side this coming Sunday at the Santos National Football Stadium. In an interview with the PNG Prime Minister's 13 men's coach, Jason Dimitrio, he shared his excitement about the team and praised the players for their commitment in making it into the team.
Exciting. Been itching to get back here for probably the last month since I was here for the Dem Cup final. So yeah, it's exciting. Got a good mix of youth and some experienced players that have been playing some good footy this year back in the side. So yeah, it's a strong side that we've fielded, and we're looking forward to Sunday.
Coach Dimitri also discussed the team's lineup changes and new roles ahead of the big match.
Voro obviously comes in, Voro to make his debut. He'll start at 6 this week as well. Really excited about him, being a fan of watching what he's done over the last 12 months in particular. Just getting him in and around some of the experienced players as well is going to be exciting. I think Jacob Talani, who's been playing over at Newcastle, reached out quite a while ago, been tracking him all year. He's exciting centre back rower. He'll play in the back row for us off the bench. But yeah, getting some guys in and preparing as many as we can for the World Cup next year has been important in deciding who we play this.
The coach further emphasized the importance of this upcoming clash for PNG rugby as competitive.
We understand the history of it. It's 50 years of independence, a pretty special year for Papua New Guinea, so we want to get out there and represent and put our best foot forward. I thought we did that in the first half last year, but we just didn't have the depth with the players we had to send over to Fiji early. But this year we've been able to, with the exception of Reece Martin, Edwin and Lammy, we've been able to field a pretty strong side. So we're preparing to come out there and try to make history, and if we do a few things right early, we'll get the crowd involved late, we'll give ourselves a good chance.
The stage is set for Sunday's showdown as the PNG Prime Minister's 13 men's side take on the Australian team in what promises to be an exciting encounter. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee has congratulated the national women's cricket team, the Leopards, for their recent outstanding victory at the Women's East Asia Pacific qualifiers in Fiji.
The Leopards defeated their opponents in the grand final on 15 September 2025, just one day before the nation marked its 50th independence anniversary, making the achievement even more memorable and a source of great pride for the country as a whole. PNG Olympic Committee Secretary General Desmond Kaviagu commended the Leopards' victorious performance in raising the country's flag high on the international stage. On behalf of PNG Olympic Committee, Kaviagu congratulated the PNG Leopards. He confirmed that the PNG Olympic Committee has plans to support the PNG Leopards, noting that PNG Olympics Committee will be working closely with the Cricket PNG to ensure that the team is prepared for the next stage of international competition. The PNG Leopards qualification highlights the growing strength of women's cricket in the country, underlines the importance of continued investment in female athletes. The victory not only secures the team's place in the next level of qualification, but also stands as a milestone achievement in Papua New Guinea's sporting history. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
The Moni Plus Port Moresby AFL competition heads into the preliminary finals this weekend with exciting matchups set at Courts Oval.
The Moni Plus Port Moresby AFL competition will see its preliminary finals played this Saturday at the Courts Oval. Fans and teams are gearing up for another exciting weekend of footy action, with both the reserve and senior men's division set to deliver top quality matches. In the reserve grade, the Taikone Hawks will go head-to-head against the University Tigers in what promises to be a close and competitive clash. Both teams have shown consistent performances throughout the season and only one will advance to the grand final. Also in the same division, the West Eagles will take on the Gordons Kokofas. The West Eagles will rely on their experienced players while the Kokofas are looking to continue their strong defensive form. Meanwhile, in the senior men's division, the Garaka Bombers will face the West Eagles. The Bombers are expected to come out strong after a solid season, while the West Eagles aim to use their momentum to push for victory. The other senior match will see the TSI Lamana Dockers taking on the Garau Magpies. Both sides have displayed great skill and teamwork, making this clash one to watch. The winners from each game will advance to the grand final next weekend, setting the stage for an exciting finish to the 2025 Moni Plus Port Moresby AFL competition. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
Some days feel grey until someone brings back your smile. Happiness, sometimes all it takes is a bite or a scoop.
Late again?
And sometimes it's waiting in the freezer just for you.
Share the love, share the happiness in every moment with Gala.
Gala, Gala Yum.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money.
top up and receive easy pay from your phone. Here's how to buy. Dial *775#, enter the meter number, enter the amount, press 1 to confirm, and receive SMS with voucher and transaction reference number. Great value and PNG-owned shop feels good. Drop in to your nearest telecom store or kiosk to top up and buy easy pay. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Papua New Guinea is currently facing a polio outbreak. Polio is a very dangerous disease that causes lifelong paralysis, even death. All children under 10 years of age are at high risk. To protect our children, the government of Papua New Guinea is conducting a nationwide polio immunization campaign for all children under 10. This campaign will run from the 13th to the 31st of October in health facilities, schools, or through health teams visiting your community. If you have a child, grandchild, or sibling under 10, it is very important you get them immunized during this campaign, even if they have received polio immunization previously. Immunization is safe, free, and effective.
Please protect me from polio.
Eligible children will also receive vitamin A, deworming tablets, and routine immunization during this campaign. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and all our partners.
It's back again. Catch the PNG Kumul PM's 13 take on the Australian PM's 13 this Sunday. Don't miss out on this doubleheader. Starting off with the women's match at 2 p.m, followed by the men's match at 4 p.m. Tune in for all this sporting action on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching TrueCast Sports. The Junior Kumuls Rugby League squad continue their preparations for this weekend's big clash, focusing on fitness, teamwork and discipline.
The Junior Kumuls held a strong training session today at the Santos National Football Stadium, Oval 2, as they gear up for the upcoming match against the Australian schoolboys side. Under the guidance of coach Joe Grimmer, the team worked on game strategies, defense drills and ball handling skills throughout the morning session. In an interview with the Junior Kumuls coach, he spoke confidently about the team's current lineup and readiness for the game.
We've got a number of players from different countries and different programs. We've identified players that have come out of the Queensland Cup competitions, the Mal Meninga Cup and the senior competitions, as well as people or players from our academy programs that have transferred into our NYC program, which we conducted this year. And we've got a number of players that played in the Digital ExxonMobil Cup too.
Coach Grimm also announced the official team captain for the Junior Kumuls, a decision based on leadership and consistent performance.
We've identified Joseph Cora as the 2025 team captain. Joseph Cora has completed 3 years of the academy and developed and gone straight into the Digital ExxonMobil Cup with the Mighty Vipers here in Port Moresby.
He also highlighted the development pathway programs that have shaped the Junior Kumuls, linking them closely with the PNG NRL Cup system.
Here in PNG, the ability for a player to step up from an academy program into an elite program, and an ability to invite and continue to work with players that are in elite programs in Australia.
Coach Grimmer further stressed the importance of community and social outreach programs the team will take part in.
Tomorrow we've got a few more excursions. We're going to go to Hanubara and gift some people in Hanubara some balls, and we're actually going to do some transferring of water and helping them with some domestic duties.
With the preparations looking strong, the Junior Kumuls are set and ready for their match on Sunday against the Australian schoolboys. carrying pride and determination for Papua New Guinea. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee hosted a major workshop focusing on reviewing Team PNG's performance at the 2025 Pacific Mini Games.
The Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee hosted the 2025 Mini Pacific Games review workshop over the weekend at the Grand Papua Hotel in Port Moresby. The workshop brought together PNGOC board members, staff, management and representatives from sports that participated in the Palau Games. This included athletics, basketball 3x3, table tennis, beach volleyball, indoor volleyball, VAR, weightlifting, softball and swimming. The key theme for the workshop was athlete-first approach, ensuring discussion, evaluation and planning centered on the needs and experiences of the athletes. Participants reviewed Team PNG's overall performance, identified challenges faced during preparation and competition, and shared lessons learned from the games. The review also focused on strengthening collaboration between sports federations, improving preparation programs and enhancing support systems for future international events. The PNGOC emphasized its continued commitment to high performance, athlete welfare and professional excellence. The PNGOC extended heartfelt appreciation to all sports federations, coaches and officials for their teamwork and dedication in supporting Team PNG's participation at the Palau 2025 Games. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Moving to overseas sports, Australia's cricket captain Pat Cummins will miss at least the start of the Ashes series in Australia.
Growing doubt he'll be there for that first test in Perth. He's got that back injury. He's had scans which reportedly say that things are improving, but potentially not in time for the start of the Ashes series. Mitchell Starc, his bowling teammate, spoke earlier today and says that Cummins is recovering still and it's all playing out and he's still hopeful he'll be there in Perth.
Obviously, Pat is still in his program and has obviously got a few sets of eyes on him in his return. So he's in good spirits. He's ultra positive as always. And there's still some weeks to go before we get to Perth for the test prep. So we'll see where that lands. He's obviously in good spirits and I mean, hopefully we see a lot of him through the summer and we'll see where we get to in Perth.
Meanwhile, Australia has won its third match in the One-Day Cricket World Cup against Pakistan by 107 runs.
Beth Mooney, a star in this one. The Aussies were in big trouble batting first at 7 for 67, but Beth Mooney managed a century, 109 from just 114 deliveries. They ended up 9 for 221 alongside a 106-run partnership for the 10th wicket there with Alana King. It was a huge effort from those two. Pakistan then bowled out for 114. They'll play India in their next match, undefeated from 3 games, but the second match was a whitewash without a ball bowled.
Trukai Sports ends on that note. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we speak to rising squash sensation Timonali's Alakosh Kribish about the OCC, and we talk about the PM's 13 Challenge this weekend. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy. Daru, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with chances of rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kerama, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, cloudy period with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta, partly cloudy with possible few showers. To the Momasa region, Lae City, partly cloudy with possible few showers. Medang, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with few showers. Wewak, cloudy period with chances of rain and possible thunderstorms. Vadimo, cloudy period with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Ngini Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Keveng, cloudy period with rain showers and thunderstorms. Kokopon Rabaula, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Boka, partly cloudy with few showers and rain and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. Goroka, Barnes and Kondiawa, cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabek, mostly cloudy with heavy rain at times and thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
Well, that was the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 9th of October, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.